In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make your own information emergency tubes to keep in your vehicles. And these are the two I initially made probably about a year and a half ago. And my new car is here, so I wanted to make some new ones, kind of change it up a little bit. And so I have all the supplies here to make two more, one for each dog. Now these are super important because you can put, well, emergency information in them. So specifically, Juno is not the type of dog that I want removed from her crate in the event of an accident where I'm either taken away or passed out or for whatever reason not able to advise on what I want to happen to the dogs if they're with me. Now, she shouldn't be removed from her crate, whereas Maverick probably could, but I would have all of that information along with our vet, phone numbers, everything like that on papers inside the tubes. And that way, in an emergency, someone will see the tubes, open them, read the information inside, and be able to do what's best for our dogs. So there are some places that sell these tubes already made if you're not interested in making your own. There is a shop called, I believe it's Those Tube Things. I'll have it linked down below, but they make some really cool ones. You can customize your colors. It's pretty awesome. But if you do want to know how to put your own together, that's what this video is going to be about. So let's jump right into it. Here's what you're going to need to make these emergency tubes. So first is PVC pipe. This is 1.5 inch diameter cut into 10-inch pieces. I had them cut it for me at Home Depot. I just bought one big pipe and they cut it into a bunch of pieces for me. I think I ended up with like 10. But you can also buy PVC cutters if you don't already have some, and you can cut it at home as well. And I found 1.5 inch diameter to be a good size where it's not like too big, but you can still fit a lot inside of it. And then you're going to need a PVC slip cap, a female adapter, and then a threaded plug. And then you're going to want to make sure you buy all of these in 1.5 inch so that they match up with your PVC pipe. Now I have sandpaper here. I'm going to be doing these ones a little different than I did the first ones. The first ones I used acetone to get off the writing. It didn't really work too well for me. I've heard mixed reviews. I ended up dremeling it off, but you end up with it, you know, like scraped away here. So it's really going to be preference. I am going to be trying to paint these ones, so I'm going to be sanding them down to do it that way. And then you're going to need PVC cement. This is so you can attach your cap and female adapter so that they stay in place and don't slide off. And then stickers or paint, depending on what you'd like to do. I have more of those stickers left, so I'm going to use stickers on these as well. I went in with 220 and then 320, and then I wiped them down with a wet paper towel and then a dry paper towel. And the biggest thing is that they are now rough, slightly rough to the touch, and when you spin them in the right light, you're not seeing any shine on them. I also went in and followed that same process on the cap, adapter, and the plug. So now everything is sanded. We're going to be putting them together. Now, no matter whether you're using or you're planning on painting them, so you've sanded them down, or you're going to make them like that where you don't sand them down, you still want to make sure the pipes are extremely clean. They don't have any debris on them, especially if you've sanded them, that you've gotten off all of the dust, because you want to make sure you get a really clean seal with the cement. Okay, so I have some plastic laid down here. The key with PVC cement is to work quickly. So what I like to do is put, I guess I'd start with the part we're putting on, so we'll start with the caps. So I like to put a little bit in the cap, like all the way around the outside, and then some on the actual PVC pipe, and then you put it on and you push and twist. So let's do this. And twist. And there we go. The cap is on. You might have some leakage around the outside, which you can wipe away while it's still wet. Perfect. So these tubes are put together. I've waited 24 hours, which is what is recommended for PVC cement, and now we are ready to paint. I am going to be using this Krylon all-in-one paint and primer in satin black. It's for any surface, and it claims no peel guarantee, and it's got stronger adhesion, so we will see, but you know, sanding them completely is really going to help with giving it the best chance of sticking. For the little plugs, I just taped off the threads so that they wouldn't get paint inside of them. So I just did a second coat on everything. They're looking like they're going to be really good. They weren't like easily scraped at all with my nail or anything. So the little tops, I just have like a stick stuck in the ground so that I could get all of the angles on them. But here are the completed tubes. I'm really happy with how they came out. I like them a lot better than the first ones that I did. And I'm really happy with how the paint stuck. So it probably would have stuck pretty well even if you didn't sand it, just because of the type of spray paint that it was. But I definitely think that sanding down all the pieces helped it adhere a lot better. And these stickers, I ordered them in like a pack from a sticker company. But if you have a Cricut or anything like that, you can make your own, or you can paint them. And then I did paint the edges of the tube, and then on the top I taped it off, but I did go down the oh my goodness, what do you call these? I'm blanking on what you call this. But I went down part of the way on the cap so that when they were screwed in, you don't see any white. So they look all black when they're screwed into the base. And then I'm going to be attaching them with this like Velcro stuff that you use for cords, like underneath your computer or your desk, to keep them all nice and neat. It's a strip and it Velcros to itself. So I'll be using these to attach them to the crates.